I believe this time I did not ask Devon if he was okay with me taking a seat next to him because I was at the moment where at that time I didn't care anymore who and where I choose to sit with. I just choose and take a seat. Um, if me sitting with whosoever didn't feel comfortable enough next to them, well, big wolf. The ride is not like for eternity, and the training would be almost over for some of us. And wouldn't make it, you know, wouldn't make it some habit getting um like an attachment over someone. That's not how it works with me. But still, I would make sure that person was more comfortable than me. But if still feeling like it ain't enough, then whatever, get off of it or get over it, something like that. Whatever. So, anyway, like I was saying, I took a seat next to Devon. Um, my Wegmans jersey uniform, I still had it on me because I didn't have time to get the chance to remove it off before getting on the bus. On our way back for Manhattan, like I would routinely do, um, as we're riding in the bus and I needed to remove my uniform, somewhere along the line, Devon struck up a conversation with me. Now, I'm not entirely able to remember our talk exchange we had so much. So here's like I'm gonna well, here's one of the things we got to know about one another. Um, we told each other's name, and he told me he works in the health and wellness department. Now, I was a little confused what that is, but like the longer I was working there, the chances I was able to understand what this health and wellness department and which is for skin, body hygiene, and healthcare products and supplies. And I think that's about it. In which that is part of the grocery section, kind of like the same as for the beers section. So yeah. Now, he also shared he used to work in a nursing home. So he himself was a healthcare worker like myself. I told him I was a home attendant. He stopped working at the nursing home. I think I remember he was telling me, or maybe I'm guessing that he was working not quite just a nursing home, but like one of those nursing rehabilitation places. And he said that he was injured while on the job, um, and he had to undergo like surgery for his hand that he got injured at work over there, and that's when he didn't want to continue working at a nursing home. So that's what came for him to get find a different new kind of job. I don't remember very much the story on that one though. He even shared how he used to be as a kid. He said that he was a very outgoing child, and he's still an outgoing person. He still is. It's not that he stopped. He still is an outgoing person. Um, what else? I remember a conversation we had. Let me move on. So, I think I remember, if I remember correctly, um, he's been studying to work on, um, I believe, if I think it was for social working. I think he said he just likes to work with people. He could help others. So I was impressed. Quite impressed. Um, then he asked for my age, and with no hesitation, no shame, I told him how old I am. I told him that, and he told me his age. No, I hope he told me his age truthfully. um, he's a little bit younger than I am, so I'm like sort of the bigger sister to Devon. Figure of speaking, figure of speaking. Yikes. Um, he then asked, um, what was it that he? Oh yes, he asks, "What's my zodiac sign?" Now, let me stop right there, okay? Because it's the first time I have ever heard a guy who asks and wants to know what's your zodiac sign. It's very rare for me. I've almost every guy I've encountered, they don't start off asking you what's your sign. No, and it spares me from that question. Um, but Devon, he was the first for me to hear him ask me that kind of question. And no, he's not gay and he's not bi, not in my view. But he's just a bit smarter and clever than most other people. Yes, that's all. And he can start off and hold a conversation. He can. And he's a bit like TL1. Only a bit. So he told me his zodiac sign, but I did not tell him what is mine because I expressed to him I didn't believe in that stuff. And that's where our conversation was getting interesting. Not just solely about zodiac, but just whatever relately involved. Just some fun, intelligent conversation. I know. And I believe he did do the 2-week training as Ariana and myself. I believe so. Now, I still believe on the second week of the training, I think there was an extra day working with Rich. There was the part where I could remember working some more livestock. See, Wegmans Harrison would be on the go, consistent, like for real. And I remember sorting out with the rest of the others, including Rich, the pallet stacked items onto the runners in the back room stock. I also remember one little incident that happened with Rich that kind of surprised me a little. And during the pallet stack and sorting the products onto the runners, it was getting a little bit messy and a bit crowded as well. Pretty busy in the back room. And I was doing my best trying to be careful not to trip or fall, or the combination of trip and fall. because here is the thing actually. Parts of my joints in my body is a tad bit weak. So I don't have much body, like much balance and body strength, um, regardless of my weight stature. Um, I am a pretty big person, but but it doesn't equate as having strength, which I would guess as society's views about big women, or say more of about black big women. Because I would get, like, when I was working as a home attendant, I would get these comments from clients saying, "Oh, you're a big woman. Of course, you're strong and such and whatever." Like, no, I may be big. That doesn't mean I'm strong. Get that idea out of your head. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I gotta be careful not to get off topic. So, anyways, um, so I'm trying my best not to stumble until, and here's the thing, I'm going to try my best to remember this moment in its correct order, because this was a startling moment for me. So I'm standing on one of the pallets. I bend down to reach one of the items and to place it on the runner to pick it up. And there's another pallet like behind me on the, like, I think I remember, like, right corner um angle behind me. And I can remember seeing Rich. He's walking in, like, I see him in the corner of my eye. He walks right past me. And then suddenly he stumbled, but Rich was able to, like, catch himself in time to, like, gather his balance, so he didn't completely fall, but he was almost about to. So what it appeared was that his foot must have got caught in one of the corner of the pallets he was walking past in between, and that's how he almost lost his balance. But he was able, well, I was trying to say, gather himself to regain his balance. For that, it upset him, and he kind of shouted a little, and that was a side that startled me. I want to say surprised, but let me say it sort of startled me. And the young lady, she was there as well. She witnessed what happened, and how can I say this too? Oh yes, Rich. He was a bit upset that he almost was about to lose his balance. Um, and yes, it upset him. Um, and the young lady, the Wegman employee, she said something which made me guess. I think, like, she must have saw that I was surprised by his um, like, pinch anger side. A pinch. That's I like that word. Pinch anger side. And I think she saw that I was a bit uneasy. The young employee, she said something. Well, she was explaining that will get me to understand about Rich unexpected or surprising side of him, and that helped me to, I guess, to be calm and to feel at ease, I guess. And I guess she must have sensed I got a bit uneasy or got a bit scared. But anyway, whatever she said, that it's like, it's very it's a very rare side of Rich to get in that level of pinch temper. So I understood, and I don't quite remember what she said to explain, to help me understand. I don't remember the exact words. What's that noise? Anyways, um, yeah. So, but it helped, and I think I said out loud, "That's a side I don't want to see or don't want to meet again." That's what I said. Or maybe I just said that that's a side I don't want to meet. And I believe I said that out loud. And like really, I like the I became comfortable with the cool, calm, collective side of Rich. That's what I came comfortable with of him. I even remember he shared with me his early moments when he first started working in the grocery section, Wegmans. He said that he didn't know everything as well, and that how it took some time for him to learn about everything and remember every product in the store. So whenever I can remember to witness customers coming and asking for a certain particular item, and from just straight from the back of Rich's head, he could just instantly remember it. He didn't necessarily have to like pull out, his mobile device to search for it. He just already knows um, what it is and where to find it, and then it's satisfactory. And at least Rich was able, or say, like, given um, enough time to like settle, get used to, and understand how things works and runs in the store. So, and I want to add that I can't remember that there was that I can't remember the feeling. There is what I believe a gap difference of behavior and environment. Even there may be a slight downside between in Harrison in Brooklyn versus Astor Place. There is a pretty gap difference that I'd experienced during my time in that location. Remembering the feeling, it was all sad. That's like the closest I can describe the feeling. So, anyway, like I had said before, my moments working and being trained by Rich was very helpful. I appreciate it, and I'm very thankful for my big brother helping me out a lot. So, that's just about it. The next one will be about, I would say, the next person who have trained me is like someone dear in my heart. And it's like, I'm going to bring up the best for last, things like that. So until again, next time, take it easy.